Welcome to the Red Vault. If you watch my Italy vlog, you probably know I purchased my favorite amplifiers of all time. And the amplifier is EVH 5150 EL34 Stealth 100 watt. I know it's a long name and also we will talk about this amplifier a lot, but before talking about this beauty, let's hear it in the mix. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the introduction track. Now I want to share some stories about this amplifier, actually about the 5150 love of mine in general, and I will explain why I purchased this amplifier also. But if you have no interest with those type of information, you can directly skip to the review section and you can find the exact minute on the description section. But before continuing, if you can interact with the video through likes, dislikes or comments, that would be really helpful for the sustainability of the channel. I know every YouTuber is saying it, but that's how YouTube algorithm works, so it's kinda important, and if you can share your opinions through them, that would be really helpful. Thanks for it. Now let's continue. In 2016, I was working on our third album with the band, which is later called Beyond the Pale Carcass. You know, I have a thrash metal band called Edge Flame, and you can check us from Spotify. We are making thrash metal with a hint of death metal, and I hope you can enjoy it. Anyway, in 2016, all we have is our home recording studios, which is not so much actually. We only have cheap audio interfaces with cheap headphones, and it was our third album, and as a band we wanted to make something big. Because of it, we went to a studio in Ankara which is called Retro Yapım Studios, and I think with all humbleness, they were one of the greatest studio in Ankara, maybe Turkey in general. I can say it because they have magnificent signal chains with high-end products, with a great and professional staff, and we record our third full-length album in here from December 2016 to the summer of 2017. It was a long and hard way for us. I know it's a long period of time because also we are trying to handle our university situation. One of our members was on Erasmus on Poland, as far as I remember. Those were hard days for all of us. And on the guitar recording session, I used an all-tube amplifier for the first time for the recording purposes, obviously. While on the rehearsals, we always play in the all-tube amplifiers because lots of different rehearsal studios in Ankara were great. You can find lots of great amplifiers. We have a standard about this situation in here. It's something nice, but I never used an all-tube amplifier for a true recording purpose till that day. And in that moment, we tried lots of different amplifiers, all-tube amplifiers. You know, Retro has maybe 20 or 30 high-end all-tube amplifiers, and they have the 5150, 6505, 6505 plus, and you watch lots of their amplifier on this very channel because they are one of my biggest supporter. Also in 2018, I start working there because of my video skills, videography skills. I'm able to do lots of this stuff because of the knowledge from there, from that working experience. And in these days, I don't have too much working hours in that place. I'm just doing some remote work for the team. Now let's return to the 5150 love of mine. I know I'm talking a lot, but it's a different video. It's kind of a milestone for me, and I just want to express myself. I want want to express the sentimental connection of mine with this amplifier and the reason behind of it. After some playing, we did a blind test, and after hearing again and again and again, I always went to the 5150 EVH script, and my ears always picked the sound of that amplifier. And probably it was the very beginning moment of my love for the 5150 amplifiers in general. And during my active years in retro, I played these amplifiers again and again and again, and after every playing I always picked the 5150. Also with the big boss Jakob Senem, also hails to him and thanks to him. Actually he can be one of the greatest fans of Mesa Rectifier series in Turkey. He has lots of different rectifiers. Also he loves to carry all tube amplifiers from USA to here. Because of it we have many voltage converters in retro, and in those blind tests I always picked the 5150 again and again. You know, my ears kinda like its sharp, harsh, maybe kinda uncontrolled sound, and I really like this harshness. There's a nastiness in it, and after some time I find the chance to play a 6L6 EVH 5150 50 watt as a new addition to the inventory at retro. You know, also we played that amplifier lots of different times in this very channel too, and I love the sound of that amplifier too. But after some hearing, after some playing, after some recording, I realized there's a modern touch on that amplifier. It's too mix ready. You know, you don't have to do so much. You can get a nice tone no matter what. If you can use simple components like a decent guitar with a decent cabinet and a simple Shure SM57, you can't go wrong with that amplifier. But today in my current recording approach, I want to explore the amplifier, adjust my amplifier to the sound of the snare, to the sound of the vocal. When you are using those modern in your face, more mixed ready amplifiers, you can change the point of view of the amplifier. Also it's kinda too sterile. You know, I want to hear some noises. I want a dirt in the recording because I believe it adds a little bit of texture to the sound, to the recording in general. Because of it, before purchasing this amplifier, I was considering purchasing a 5150 because the great Jakob Senem sold the 5150 to another friend of ours. You know, we are always passing the equipment, trading and selling and purchasing from us, from a small group, and we are trying to keep the equipment in the family. You know, the 5150 went to the owner of the Soldano, which you watched a few weeks ago, and since the script 5150 is in Istanbul, which is kinda far from here, and we have 6505 Plus in retro, I thought maybe purchasing a new 5150 can be a good addition to our inventory in general. But still, before purchasing this amplifier, before exploring this amplifier, I was really hesitant because of the modern mixed ready characteristics of the new EVH 5150s. Then during my trip to Italy, I thought maybe purchasing an amplifier can be good. You know, we have huge taxes and it kinda doubles the price. So I thought maybe purchasing an amplifier no matter what can be good, can be beneficial for me. And then I bumped into this amplifier on a music store, and I thought like maybe I can give it a go to the EL34 because I always believed 6L6 is the true manliest metal tubes, power tubes, and because of it I never even cared the EL34. And then I watched some reviews from Fluff, from Ola, and also some blind tests, etc. And after all of those listening, I figured out the blue channel of this amplifier really close to the old 5150 and 6505s. You know, there's a dirt, there's a hiss, there's a noise in it, but not in a bad way. It has the nastiness of the PV5150 on the blue channel, but still the red channel of this amplifier is really modern, really punchy. You know, you can use it for genty stuff, you know, metalcore stuff or deathcore stuff. You know, I'm not into that type of sounds, but as a result, this device is the perfect match for me since I have the both sides of the 5150 spectrum. I can have both modern and old school at the same time with a nice clean. Also, we have 3 different resonance pots on this amplifier. Unlike the old 5150s, it's really adjustable. We have so much control on the tone and we can go lots of different sides of the spectrum easily. And now let's talk about our amplifier. On this amplifier, we have 3 channels which are green, blue and red, and we can simply label it as clean, crunch and high gain, but we can get heavy tones from the blue channel itself too, especially with the help of a booster such as Maxon OD808. Also on the amplifier we have 612AX7 tubes with 4 EL34 power tubes, and in total this amplifier provides us 100 watts of power. And on each channel we have gain with 3 EQ knobs and a volume knob, and in addition to this, we have 3 different presence knobs for 3 different channels, and the beauty of the 100 watt version of this amplifier, we have 3 different resonance pots for each of every channel instead of a single resonance knob of the 50 watt version of these amplifiers. Briefly, we have simple controls on the front panel which I like, with some small features to make the tone perfect. And now let's hear this amplifier finally. In this video I will use this Jackson KV2 USA Select, which is a benchmark guitar for me, and on this guitar we have an alder body maple neck ebony fretboard with Seymour Duncan JB and 59. Also you heard this amplifier with my AVE custom double V double Rhodes, I'm not sure about the name. It's my custom built guitar. I hope you enjoyed the sound of that guitar with this amplifier too also, but for the review purpose, for the playthrough purpose, I want to use this guitar since it has a neck pickup and I want to demonstrate the clean sounds of this amplifier too. Also we have a Maxon OD808 as a booster with a Mesa Rectifier standard 4x12 cabinet on the other room. Also we have a Shure SM57 which is placed as half cap and half cone, and the signal comes to this Testcam M2600 Mark II, and you will hear the audio without any post process, and I'm using a Focusrite AT920 as an AD converter, and the guitar is on C standard tuning. Now let's hook up our guitar and let's start. On this review I will play the red channel first, and I will play the noon position, and then we will make 666, which is the best setting for me, and then we will check the knobs briefly. Now let's hear the red channel without the booster. And let's play with the resonance pot a little bit. I think keeping the resonance pot just a little bit above the flat position, the noon position, is really beneficial, especially for getting a punchy guitar sound. Also, a small tip, you can control the gain of the red channel with the blue channel's gain knob. Also, a friend shared this information with me, thanks to him. So keeping the gain knob of the red channel is really low and increasing the gain knob of the blue channel can provide an old school type of sound too. And now let's boost this type of setting. You know, it's on 666 setting with a little bit of presence, and we have the gain all the way up on the blue channel, but the gain knob of the red channel is on the 9 o'clock. And let's open up the booster. And now let's make the gain of the blue channel noon and increase the gain of the red channel, and let's try to get a heavy modern gentle tone. You know, I have so little experience with this genre, but I hope it will satisfy some of you, at least give a hint about the tone of the red channel. And now let's go to my favorite, the blue channel. You know, on the top end, it kind of opens up on the blue channel, and I really like this white feeling on the top end. It's really punchy, but it's also really scoopy. And let's play with the resonance pot a little bit. It's already really harsh, but let's open up the Maxon. My ears always make me direct to the 666 position. You know, you can get lots of different sounds and you can dial this amplifier for lots of different purposes, but on the high gain, my ears always make me adjust the amplifier as 666, and actually it's a result for the experience of years. And now let's close the Maxon and let's continue with the clean channel. And let's switch to the neck pickup. I like the amplifiers with a roaring clean channel. It's something funny to play all the time. And that's the clean channel of the amplifier. And now let's check the high gain tones of the amplifier one more briefly, just for having fun. So this was EL34 100-watt stealth, and there's nothing much to say. It's a nasty amplifier, it's a brutal amplifier, and it's one of the greatest example of my favorite amplifier line. And I'm really happy with the old school characteristics of the blue channel, with the modern characteristics of the red channel. You know, having all of them in the same amplifier is really beneficial. It's really compact. You know, it's a huge amplifier, but it's still really compact. And I know we can explore, we can investigate this device for maybe hours, but don't worry, I will use this amplifier in the future and you will hear this thing on different guitar reviews soon. So we will investigate it more. It's not the end, it's not the only video of it. And to not miss those future videos, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, please don't forget to leave your opinions through likes, dislikes, and by making a comment. And this is the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Till the next video, see ya.